You know who made it.
Live from LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, I guess it's X, I forgot, and so many other places. Thank you to our guests for plugging in their LinkedIns, as well as Lydia, co-host, plugging in her LinkedIn. What's up, Lydia? How's it going?
It's going. I'm just gearing up to go hang out with some Soster people when we're done here. Brandy's on her way to my house, so maybe she'll make a guest appearance. We'll see.
Brandy Baum with Headset Advisor. Awesome. And we are giving away a headset. So let's get right into our Whiskey Wednesday regular agenda here. I'm going to pull up our list. So, of course, let me show our agenda here. We have our 4 topics. You saw them on the video. You've seen them on all the promotional items, but we're talking about crafting authentic personas, sales amplification with marketing together. And then we'll have a brief intermission. And then we're talking about personal branding and video. You know, we can go on and on about those, but we're going to keep it conversational with our awesome guests that we have before we give away our prizes. The Guru of the Week. Ooh, ooh. And we have the after party on Zoom. But of course, if you want to enter to win the prizes, start plugging these tags in the comments. But let me show you what you are entering to win if you're plugging these tonight. So for prize 1, you're entering to win my coaching program. I'm 4 days a week. I'm meeting with a group of participants for an hour who want to level up their marketing game. And we are focusing on marketing strategy all the way to LinkedIn. So we're learning carousels and technology. So Wednesdays are MarTech Day. We were just focusing on Canva today. And I'm teaching them, you know, how I build how I build Whiskey Wednesday, all these images and graphics and videos, and then how I go live on StreamYard. Of course, I am a StreamYard affiliate. So if you would like to use StreamYard and you like what you're seeing here, just grab this QR code. You can get a quick discount, and then I get a little cut as well. You have to check out this dress. I hate to show it off, but it has fringes. And I got it on Le Tote, which is an app that curates your clothes based on style and size. For me, I feel like it's harder to dress as a woman professionally, just because it's like, what is business casual? You know, we don't just wear collared shirts and khakis. It's fun to dress up and like pick based on like, you know, when you're going, like I can say, I want something casual. I want to look at things that are for like a resort or, you know, whatever it is. Like, check out Le Tote. If you're a woman or one of the ladies here, scan this code. You can get a free box. You send back what you don't want. But you can also keep and get a discount on, you know, some designer brands. So I'm a big fan of Le Tote. Check it on out. And of course, we're looking for sponsors. I'm going to bring Lydia back in here. Lydia, I am excited about Q4 and what we have going on with sponsorships. What would you share about that?
Yeah, I mean, if you're at the show, you've probably been here before and you know how big our audience is. And not just the live shows, but the replays. Jesse and I were going through the analytics on that the other day, and I was blown away at how much people engage on like YouTube and all the other platforms. So, needless to say, if you're looking for a way to get more recognition, if you want some warm leads, if you've got a brand that nobody's heard of, like I can't tell you how many I've heard of here on Whiskey Wednesday: Lavender, Grove Cookies, Headset Advisor. I wouldn't have even known they exist if it weren't for this show. So, if that's something you're interested in, let's talk. We have a couple spots left for Q4, and I would love to help you.
Awesome. Yeah. Reach out to Lydia at reveting.com. And so, real quick, when you put hashtag marketing, you're entering to win my group coaching session. Along with that comes technology included. So, that's CRM, that's website technology, that's social scheduling. You can build a course on the technology that I share in my group coaching. So, as long as you're in my program, the technology comes included. There's also a VIP community access that you'll get when you join, taking up space. And then for prize 2, put in hashtag email to win 30 minutes, cold email coaching with Lydia. And then also there's time with Task Minions. This is the VA service that I use. They help with Whiskey Wednesday. If you win a prize, Chandra will be reaching out to you and connecting you with the prize winner. And Chandra is with Task Minions. So if you've heard from Chandra before, tag him. Let's give him some love. Thanks, Chandra, for all your help, and to Task Minions. But put hashtag email and you'll get 500 human validated contacts. So they'll help you with your data. Or if that's not of interest to you, they'll give you 10 hours of free virtual assistant service so you can test them out. And if you are not already using Lavender, which many of you are, it's an email tool that has AI to help you write your emails. And it's not just like robotic, right? They have a lot of data that they're pulling on this from on tone and other things than just like, hi, I'm like, the funny thing is, hope this email finds you well. I know they all joke about that. That's what you don't want to say. So you'll be saying all the right things if you use Lavender. But try it out and just tag Lavender in the comments to enter to win 1 year on their starter plan. This is apparently their old pro plan. So we used to give away the pro. It's the same, but now pro is for teams and the starter is for an individual. So this is just for one person. And hashtag cold call to enter to win the headset from Headset Advisor. And maybe Brandy will be making an appearance. And if she does, we'll see what kind of headset she travels with. So I guess we have a test for her. Maybe for Lydia. And then, oh my goodness, you're going to be hearing from our guest himself, the CRO at GAN AI. We have Anupreet with us. So he'll be coming on the screen and he'll be able to tell you a little bit more about what you'll get with this free 3-month access to GAN AI. But also when you tag GAN AI for prize 5, you're entering to win one OpenBox.ai license again. He was on last week. George, thank you so much. And that is what we have for our winners. But next week, we have more awesome guests. So you can find this event on the Whiskey Wednesday page. So go ahead and you will be listening to Sandro. He's the co-founder of Story AI, and Ryan O'Hara. He's the CEO and founder of Pitchfire, both very interesting people. So that's going to be an excellent episode, but that's enough of me talking. Let's get our guests in here and let's welcome to the stage. We have Cindy and Anupreet. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. So excited to be here.
Absolutely. So in Whiskey Wednesday fashion, I'm going to put our clock up. And Anupreet, if you could you please spend the next 2 minutes telling us your full story? Tell us about GAN AI and introduce yourself to the Whiskey Wednesday crowd.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. My name is Anupreet. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer for GAN.ai. I've been in the SaaS ecosystem for the last 10 years. Started with, this company called Metal, was an individual contributor there, ramped up to becoming the head of US and Europe. We were based out of India, got acquired by Mercer, a US, HR giant. Spent some time in San Francisco under Mercer's watch, and then eventually, wanted to be in the startup ecosystem again. Joined Slintel, which is a ZoomInfo competitor. Spent some time scaling Slintel, scaled it to around 5 million in around 2 years, and then Slintel got acquired by 6sense. spent about 1 year in 6sense, wanted to be in startup again, joined GAN. And GAN has been my destination since. Joined GAN only November of last year, and that's all my career actually. So I'm I'm around 30, 31. And GAN is a video personalization platform for everyone who might want to know more. We're a generative AI company that helps you scale up your video prospecting efforts from one to many. So you record just one video, we take care of the lip sync, we take care of your voice modulations, and we learn exactly how you sound with very little data from you, less than 2 minutes, and then we can create multiple copies of your original video and have you change variables as if it was mail merge on top of videos. So it's as real as it sounds. You just have to record that one video, and we can change hi Anupreet to hi Cindy, hi Mark, hi Lydia, and so on and so forth using just a click of a button. And you can do this at scale. So that's what we do. That's what I do. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I am excited about this.
That sounds like an awesome tool. I really want to try it. GAN.ai, everyone. Tag that to enter to win prize 5. And then we also have Cindy Metzler with us. Cindy, thank you so much for joining. And I know that you also have a freebie on your website that everybody would be able to go get, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's an ebook. Is that correct?
Yes. Thank you for checking. Yeah. So it's an ebook you can download for about lead generation. But anyway, I'm Cindy Metzler. I have a marketing and public relations firm in South Florida. I'm a native New Yorker. I've been in Florida since the late 90s when we went through the .com bubble and, well, I guess burst and bubble. And fun fact, I don't know if everyone knows, but South Florida and Boca Raton is where the birthplace of the IBM PC. So there are a ton of tech companies and a lot of spin-off companies that came from IBM back in the day. And so yes, the agency that I first worked for when I moved to Florida had a lot of tech companies, and then I went off on my own in 2000, and I have a lot of clients, I would say Fortune 100 through entrepreneur, solopreneur, startups, tech companies, home improvement, health and wellness. So kind of spread around a lot, and been doing it for a long time. We get clients press, we work with authors on book launches, lots of podcasts, and
Oh no, I think we lost her.
She did warn us.
Are you there, Cindy?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
We lost you. Yes, now we hear you.
Okay.
No, I'm going to restart. I'll restart the clock. Let's see. Where did we leave off? I think you were just
I was just saying that I'm a mom and a wife too. So I have 2 teenagers, and my daughter just went off to college at University of Florida, and and my son's in high school. So did you hear everything else, or should I start again?
I think so. I don't know what we missed, but I know we were talking beforehand, and you have a lot of experience, and you have experience with TEDx. So a lot of people on LinkedIn are hearing about TEDx, and
we're streaming to the channel. We're streaming to TEDx Boca Raton right now, so that's cool.
Fun.
That is so amazing. And since we are, could you just let's honor them for a minute. Could you share a little bit about TEDx with us?
Sure. Yeah. So I've been a co-organizer of TEDx Boca Raton since we started planning in 2017, and we've hosted 8 events over the past, I guess, 7 years. And met some incredible people. I know one of your guests, Heather Monahan, was one of our TEDx speakers, and she's a good friend as well, and an amazing lady and author. And I've met incredible people through TEDx, of course, through business as well. But TEDx, we'll talk about it, I guess, when we talk about personal branding. But with TEDx, it's something that a lot of people want to do. I did write an article in Forbes about, tips to get on the TED stage. So we can talk about that as well when we get into the personal branding section.
That's awesome.
I love that. And speaking of, let's get right into those topics. Crafting authentic personas. I think all 4 of us could probably talk an hour on the importance of crafting authentic personas. And I'd love to hear from the audience. So in the audience, what are you doing to craft your authentic persona? Like, let us know what is authenticity? Like, what is that? I want to hear from the audience and your thoughts on this too. Help us guide this conversation. Cindy was originally going to kick us off on this, but I think we may have lost her again. Cindy, are you still there? So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you, Anupreet, if you don't mind. Like, what's your take on crafting authentic personas, and how do you do that?
I think being absolutely raw and what's the right word for it? So I wouldn't say like bring your personal life on top on your LinkedIn or vice versa, bring your professional life to your Instagram, but just put it out there, whatever you have in mind. Just put it out there. People love to read that. And so I think for me, what has worked really well is being like literally vomiting whatever I wanted to without thinking much, and just doing that in the moment, as against thinking through a very structured way of putting myself out, etc., etc. So I think for me, what has really worked out is just being like I feel that day. Starting with a podcast. If I really wanted to, I've done everything. I had a podcast series called Rambling Sessions. I just started doing that because one fine weekend I thought that I should start that from Monday, and it really started to work. Got around 100, 200 people watching it every single episode, and then I started with something called the Status Talks, where I would just put a video of myself on LinkedIn, just telling people about my professional and my personal life and how that works together. And then if I have to just put something out on my LinkedIn just as a text post, I would do that all the time. So I think just put whatever you have in mind, as long as there are no filters. Usually it would work in your favor. But I mean, obviously, if you want to have filters, you absolutely should. But for me, what has worked really well is no filters.
No filters. Yeah, I use filters on TikTok sometimes because they're fun. Like if I can make my hair rainbow or something.
But you make a really good point, Anupreet. Like, people connect with people. I don't know if you've noticed, like if you're scrolling LinkedIn and I come across a company's ad, like I just go right past it. But if somebody's talking about that brand, I'm going to read it because I want to connect with the person.
Welcome back, Cindy.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I think there's something weird with our internet in this neighborhood right now. So
no worries.
Apologies. I'm back.
We were just getting into your topic, crafting authentic personas. So what would you kick us off with on crafting authentic personas?
Okay, so I was thinking about this, and I think that so many businesses make some mistakes just assuming that they know, personas of their customers. And so I was thinking, and I've talked about this with, just some of the corporate clients that we work with. So listening obviously is really, really important. Listening to your customer, learning about them, whether that means, through data, through literally talking with them, through setting up calls, or even going on drives, depending upon what your business is. And then I would say making lists, and then creating something that you can work with your team and identify. Because like I was thinking about this a lot, every business has different personas, even though you may have a target market. But like, for example, I shop at Ulta and my daughter shops at Ulta. She's 18. Obviously, we're completely different personas, right? So you're going to be communicating to me in a different way as a Gen X versus a Gen Z. So yeah, I think there's a lot that people can do and companies can do better. And I think sometimes, you move away from listening to the customer. And I think that's just such an important key to creating those personas and hearing their pain points and knowing what they're looking for, So I'd love to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we were sharing a little bit about it beforehand, and Anupreet brought up video, and video being a really great way to sort of craft an authentic persona. I think, you need to start with the strategy, and you have to ask yourself, what do you want to be known for? And then is it in alignment with you, and keep checking back with that. And then setting your goals, but also checking back with those too, and see if they're in alignment with you. And if you're, what you want to be known for is also helping you get to your goals. But for me, I think it's important that you are your authentic self and you're not, out there being a corporate billboard, say on LinkedIn or, you're being native within whatever channel you're on, be it Facebook, be it Instagram, be it a TV ad. You're creating it natively for that app so that you do look authentic with good lighting. People can see your face. You look trustworthy, and, then you have to just be yourself, and there's going to be haters, and you just have to be okay with knowing that there's going to be haters and they're going to always want to throw you under the bus. And as long as you can get past that, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, and you see that a lot with influencers on LinkedIn a lot. You hear and you see things, and people create controversy that really is unnecessary, right? Like people say things, and it creates this snowball effect. And I mean, I always say it's, I would rather, to me, it's quality versus quantity, and being of influence versus influencer. And I know there's a lot of very incredible influencers, but there's also, influencers that are out there that are just parroting really what they hear from other, I think, thought leaders potentially, and maybe don't have the story or the substance behind it. So I think it's important to, I know I always do research when I'm, looking and, wanting to align with different groups or people, and you want to have that trust factor, right? And how do you get that trust factor? Through different strategic alliances, different people that they know that you might know, introductions, communication. How does the person communicate, and what is their story? I love, just being in PR for so many years. And also, I was mentioning earlier, one of the reasons I got involved in TEDx is that I love storytelling and I love amplifying people's voices and giving the opportunity to share their story. So I think that's so important, coming up with, what is that story, and having that story resonate with people. And again, like you said, you want it to be authentic. You want it to be true to yourself and not something that is just, for show. And I think that comes across to people, right? It comes across when it really is, from the heart.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that, Cindy. And I'm going to transition us to our next topic. It's a little bit different. Sales, amplifying marketing together. So how can sales get into this conversation? I guess in a transition, how do we get sales to craft authentic personas and not be walking billboards, or just working out of fear? Anupreet, can you kick us off on this one?
Absolutely. I think a lot of times there are a lot of battles, sales versus marketings. I think I would love to see some of those battles coming on in comments as well, wherever you seeing those battles in your organizations. But I do feel that it's very important for sales and marketing to work hand in hand. In fact, sellers should be like walking marketers for their marketing team all the time. They are the ones actually who are out there. They're the ones who have potentially the best brands on LinkedIn already. They are the ones who are meeting so many customers, going to so many events. The SaaS happening, Dreamforce happening very soon. And so, like, carry your brand, carry your marketing team's efforts, with you when you do all of that. I think, I see so many companies with like hundreds of salespeople, but their social posts would not even have like 20 likes or 20 comments, and it's just sad to see that like even the sales people of their own company are not liking and commenting on each and every post that they're putting out there, and then the sales team is complaining about that there are less leads. We don't have enough pipeline coming from marketing all the time, and so you need to wear that up on your chest and like take your brand with you wherever you're going. Use your personal brand to market your company wherever you can. And so support your marketing team in whatever ways you can, and it will only help you when you do that. So don't think of marketing as a machine that is giving you pipeline. Think of marketing as what will help you achieve your targets, and work hand in hand with them and support them in amplifying their messages to your audiences.
Yes, that is a great point. Marketing is your ally, so come help us. And a lot of the time, marketing is your sales team too, because people just buy online. So you want to make sure that you have good social proof and that your team is out there being their own authentic selves and representing your brand in the same way. But what would you add to this conversation, Cindy?
Well, I would say that, just to piggyback on that with, nobody knows your brand better than you do, right? And you're a thought leader, hopefully, in your own space if you're working for a company. So, I've worked with like I'm just going to use an example. We presented to a client who's in the indoor air quality space, and they have so many incredible, brilliant salespeople and scientists on their team, and we actually got them on Good Morning America during COVID because obviously indoor air quality is such an important topic, and we presented to them, and they had at the time 100 employees, and then the company was acquired. Now it's massive, but just getting those employees engaged on LinkedIn was a game changer. It's like they understood that just liking, commenting, and commenting on things that they know that's in their DNA. They don't even have to think about it. And then it really elevates the entire brand of the company, and it showcases their knowledge. So I think that, just to piggyback on what everyone had said, I think that's an incredible opportunity, whether you're, a solopreneur or, a Fortune 500 company, just getting your team involved and showcasing what you know.
Great point. Such a great point. Lydia, what would you add here?
Sorry, I'm not going to lie. Kevin was just trying to tear butters off of a dead rat. So we had a little bit of an emergency.
Yeah. Oh, man. When is Kevin going to show up in the background with his wrestling?
He's not invited to tonight's show. Thank you very much. Oh, it's a little chaotic today. Look, the bottom line for me is the more sales and marketing can work together, the more success there is. And if that comes from the highest level possible, it's going to waterfall down appropriately. But when there's friction, which I've seen, it just makes it challenging for everybody.
Yes, absolutely. I've lived that life. I mean, obviously, Whiskey Wednesday exists for a reason, and we talk about sales, marketing, and alignment. So this is a good one for us. And I like the idea of, let's amplify the brand together.
Create harmony. That's why you and I jive so well together. And my co-founder of the Ruby project, Shannon Yost, she is a marketing expert. And so maybe that's why me and you and me and her are just such good friends.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have that balance. They work together. Especially in startups. And, I know, Cindy, you've been running your own business, so you've been having to sell, so you get it too. And, the marketing really supports it. So I would love to hear from you all in the comments what you think about this. But let's get into our third topic, but let's do that right after this really brief message.
Want to build a website, but don't know where to start? Visit BrittanyHonkamp.com and watch my free Build Your Site Right video. Follow my step-by-step instructions to build your business's website on a solid foundation that can scale as you grow.
Awesome, Brittany, and tag Brittany if she's not here. Hopefully she's here and she can go ahead and comment there. But she does really great website work, and she's been helping companies with it for 6 years now. So, it's just something that I would suggest everyone go check her out, because having a website, it's like, I don't remember who says it. I think it was either Chris Walker or Dave Gerhardt, one of these marketing gurus who basically, and sorry, Anuprit, we have this thing on your face. Let me move it off. I'll just put myself up there. But they say a website, it doesn't create demand, it captures demand. And I think that really explains well of what a website can do. So marketing should be on social media and we should be doing other things, but a website is a really great place to send people when they do want to buy. So talk to Brittany if that's something that you need help with. But I'm going to move us into our third topic here. So the power of personal branding. I can talk about this all day. I was
Big one.
formerly doing some ghostwriting for people. Now I'm moving more into like the live stream stuff. But for me, personal branding has helped me, create my own business essentially and go work for myself. And I've gotten a lot of connections through it. But Cindy, you're the expert here. Can you please kick us off on the power of personal branding?
Sure. And I have a lot of tips too, just from working with TEDx and TEDx speakers. But I would say, I'm very lucky. I've been in business for a long time. And I think, most of my business comes from existing clients and referrals. So, and I think that says a lot about, branding, because people because of my company has been around for a long time. They trust me and they know that I'm going to make sure we deliver. And if we don't, then, because with PR, sometimes, you want to get on Good Morning America, for example, and it doesn't always happen. But, we're very forthright and say, we're going to try our best. We're going to pitch. We're going to, but we'll definitely get other opportunities. So you shoot for the stars, and then you get what you get. And I think personal branding with TEDx is, a lot of people pitch, to be a TEDx speaker, because it is one of those credentials that is a feather in your cap. And I think things like that, certainly your personality, your presence on LinkedIn. I don't use LinkedIn. We actually manage LinkedIn for quite a few of our clients. And so I've been using it personally since 2007, a long time. But and I like I said, I feel like people who know me know that I have integrity, and my business, I care a lot about our clients, and we go out of our way to make sure that we do what we say. And also the other thing I think with personal branding is, reputation with other strategic alliances and your community around you, right? And that's what I was saying, like, we have a really strong South Florida community, but I also think there's people that I've connected with on LinkedIn, like Melanie, for example, Joy McAdams. She's another great friend who spoke at TEDx this year, but also we've done a lot of collaborating over the years. And I think that happens through that, that building of that personal brand, and knowing that people trust you because you do what you say and you follow through with what you're supposed to do.
Yes. And Melanie Borden, I'm tagging her in the comments right now. She's just really awesome. And I actually talked to her today, and she's the person I go to when I have questions, and she's on a different level, and she's not afraid to give back and lift as she rises. So if you're not already following Melanie Borden, go follow her. So, we're going to be having a live, a live audio event that she invited me on her page, where we're going to be talking about like the marketing that you didn't learn in school. And we're really going to be talking about, how to navigate being an employee and having a personal brand. And so, like, since we're talking about the power of personal branding, I kind of wanted to bring that up. I know for me, like, my story is I was chief marketing officer at BDEX, which is also in South Florida. I'm still their fractional CMO. We'll be live on Deconstructing Data here. We have the president of Adroll coming on next week. So, we're doing great things there. I'm really excited about what we're doing at BDEX. But there was a time where I was working full-time there, and then starting this Whiskey Wednesday thing, and I couldn't really post during the day. I had to be really careful about what I was saying, and so I get that. And in my coaching now, I come across people, and some of them are here in the comments, or some of them may not even be watching, but they know who they are. But they have these questions too, where it's like, is this okay with my employer? And some employers, as I've learned from Melanie, is some employers will have guidelines, and you can just go to your employer and you can say, what are your guidelines about what I can and cannot post? Do you want me to post corporate stuff? Because sometimes they really, I mean, like most smart employers, they're going to want to try to get you to post their corporate stuff. But some like will be like, no, we don't want you to edit that and put it on LinkedIn, you know? And so then like, okay, just go be your own authentic self, but maybe just do it during lunch hour and before you start technically in the day. And we, you know, in my coaching session, I teach people how to use scheduling tools, and we do it across channels and all this other stuff. But I wanted to ask both of you, and Anupreet, we'll start with you. Like, you know, how do you balance be your personal brand and like being your own authentic self, and then also being CRO at GAN.ai?
I'll be honest. The secret behind, for me, the personal branding has been that I would always try to do something in personal capacity that also helps my employer at the same time. So I started speaking to the SDR community when I started working at Slintel. And the reason for that was we were also selling to the same community. And I thought if I have a thing or two that I can teach, on my LinkedIn to a bunch of young SDRs that are just starting out, it might help them. And in the process, I'm building this community around me that can also learn more about Slintel. So that really helped a lot. And so like if you can potentially strike a balance between your personal brand and attract the audience that your employer is also trying to attract, your employer will be blessed with your personal brand. And I think that's exactly what happened with us at Slintel. A lot of people got to know about us only because of the fact that I was so out there on my LinkedIn, and people got to learn so much about sales from my content. And so they respected the brand, and then the brand was also helping sellers. And so it just kind of was a full circle. With GAN, we primarily were attracting to the marketing audience, and so we started I wanted to start a podcast and stuff, so I started a podcast called In the Brand Scheme of Things, and we talk about how a particular campaign has been designed, how a particular ad really came together. The television ad that you just saw, I would get the creative minds behind that television, and I would interview them. And in the process, again, it would help my personal brand, but would also help my company, because I'm getting such big shots on my podcast, and they are coming and talking about how they went about thinking about that advertisement. And then because I had such strong community in the sales world, I then pivoted a little bit, and built a Vidyard on steroids. So built a Vidyard on steroids out of GAN, and I'll talk about that when we talk about the next topic. But the GAN then became a tool for sellers as well, and not just marketers. And the reason why I could do that is because I had such strong community that I had built over time with sellers and SaaS. So and then then it helps you in your overall personal endeavors as well. So I won the Chili Piper Sales Dev Leader Award last year because of the whole community of that I had with me all this while. And there, it's just LinkedIn voting based on which you win. And I actually probably am the only guy from India who's won one of those contests across categories. So you just have to take both hand in hand if you really want your employer to be blessed with your personal brand. And at the same time, you could spend a lot more time than otherwise on this, because you're not just building a personal brand, but in the process also building a pipeline for yourself, building a pipeline for your company, and everyone would appreciate that.
That's such a great point. And that's what I was doing with BeatX too. They target marketers, and I was building a community really of marketers. And at that point I had Marketing Collective I was building. So maybe that's the ticket right there, is having the same audience makes sense, as a marketer. Cindy, what would you add on this conversation of balancing and navigating like your personal authentic self at your company?
I think that I definitely think they sort of go hand in hand, right? And like for me, for example, I was listening and thinking as you all were talking about different aspects of personal branding, and I was thinking, one of the things I'm really passionate about is, and I've been for many years in male-dominated industries, whether that's technology space or HVAC, which is heating, ventilating, air conditioning. Have a lot of clients in that space. So I always got involved in a lot of women's groups within those organizations. So like I would go to the big tech trade shows, and they would have, a women's lounge, and I would really cultivate those relationships. And then got involved in South Florida Tech Hub in South Florida, which was South Florida Tech Alliance back in the day, during the .com bubble, and just women Women in HVAC, there's an organization, Female Entrepreneurs Association, like all of these different groups. And then I started doing a lot of women's community events myself. And obviously, just being in the community for a long time and having access to a lot of thought leaders through TEDx and just incredible people, local, amazing people that are doing incredible things. And I just think that lots of times it really overlaps. And when people know you and understand you, they know that your personal brand is really part of the DNA of your business. And I think that that comes across, and it's really meaningful. I feel like it shows. And when you get involved in a lot of, organizations or community events online and offline, it really helps grow your business, grow your brand, grow the pipeline, and help people understand who you are and where you come from, and also who you're aligned with, right? Because that's really important too. Like the alliances, the company that you keep, the expression that you're the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So I think that says a lot about your personal brand as well.
Such great points. And I'm glad you brought up community and women's communities. And if anyone listening wants to join a women's community, there's a free one that I run in WhatsApp called Women's Wave Warriors. And it's primarily SaaS sales women, I would say, but there's also marketers and business owners in there, but we support each other on LinkedIn. And, I know some of them are meeting up at SaaStr. So it's a really great group of women. And it is great to be around other people who are ambitious. So yeah, let us know if you want to join. We will send you the link to that. But we've got another topic here, and we've got the guru of the week. And we have
every time we do this show, I go to bed singing that song. So thank you.
You're welcome. And of course the after party. And then prizes. So make sure you're entering to win those prizes. I'll put these keywords back up here. But Anupri, so our 4th topic is scaling personalized video. So video was essential in what I did with BDEX, what we're still doing there at BDEX. It's essential with what I'm doing at Reviting. And that is because, it's hard to not be authentic on a video, right? Like people connect with people, not brands. Everybody knows this now, hopefully. And so video just really makes it easy to humanize your brand. And you know all about it. So can you kick us off on how to scale personalized video?
Absolutely. I think we've all been using mail merge on top of text, and we've understood the power with Outreach, Salesloft, all these other tools that help you scale your personalized emails, text emails, where you just use mail merge to replace the name of the company, replace a few other things, and now the email just sounds a lot more personalized. Videos at the same time are either very time consuming, you have to record each video individually, or they're embarrassingly generic. So you just record one video and you hope that everyone that you send this video to, it connects with them without calling them by their name, and nothing in between, right? So you're just basically sending either generic emails, or you literally generic videos, or you're literally recording each video individually, which takes a lot of time. At least to me, it would mean I'll have to take a few retakes. I might fumble. I might not like my lighting. I might not like how it sound after I've recorded the video. So I have to do it again and again and again. And so scaling it up to hundreds of people to be able to achieve my, my targets would be absolutely impossible if I'm a seller. And so we realized that while Vidyard is a great tool, it's very difficult to scale a Vidyard or a Loom or or one of those tools. And so what we have built is basically a tool where you could actually use generative AI. I know this is a buzzword that you've probably heard a few times in the last few months, but we started doing it before it actually became sexy. And we were simply trying to solve a very simple problem, that how do we bring mail merge on top of videos? So what you can actually do with Gan.ai, and there are similar tools out there where you can use whatever you see as a fit for yourselves. But you can actually, there are tools out there that help you just record your video once. It learns how you speak, it learns your voice, it learns your lip movement, etc., and can replace variables just like you do it on mail merge. So you can now create 100 copies of your video that you've just recorded with like three different variables replaced, so that the person who's receiving it feels that you recorded this video just for them. And I understand this uncanny valley, but like there are tools like GAN that have actually come very far from that uncanny valley, and it actually looks indistinguishable. So you're getting this for free, and I think you should definitely try it out and see if it really works for you. And if it does, I think you might get like a superpower where you can record hundreds of videos without having to re-record yourself 100 times when the message is exactly the same.
I love that so much, Anupreet. Do you think that at the after party you could give us a demo of it?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to.
Oh, I would love to see it. No, I love video tools. So Cindy, talk to us about video. I know you haven't gotten to this point without, doing a fair share of video. So what do you do to scale video?
Well, it's so funny because somebody, and I'm so curious too. I'm excited to see Anupreet sample because somebody sent me on LinkedIn samples of that, and I thought it was so cool. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, because you can send the same message without having to duplicate it, right? And it's personalized. So that's really neat.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking for myself, but also a lot for clients, because what we do is branding for clients a lot. So, and sometimes we're the redheaded stepchild, right? When you're doing it for everyone else,
Yeah, I know.
So, but one thing we do a lot is through podcasts with clients and events and video live streams, repurposing a lot of that material and taking sound bites. Because when I tell you, there are so many, like we're working with a client now that has, a podcast that I've introduced him to a lot of his guests because, fortunately, just work with a lot of amazing people. And so, and through TEDx too, like people from Disney and NASA and different, MIT and just cool thought leaders. So that have done amazing things. And so, just like mic drop moments where you can just grab a sound bite and take this, half an hour conversation and slice and dice it into like 15 different segments or more. And I think that's a great way. And then also events, like you can have one event. I just had one last weekend with a client, and he had 6 speakers. And we were talking about how we're just going to repurpose, retool all of that video content and reshare it on social and, his website and other channels. And it goes a long way. And I think a lot of people don't do that. Like they have events, they, do a podcast, they don't utilize. And not everybody has the time to sit through, a half an hour podcast or a live stream. So grabbing those little sound bites and those moments can be really, really powerful and helpful too, without reinventing the wheel all the time.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I absolutely. And actually, I have a service that I'm offering right now. We just changed the price. It was way too low, we found, but it's basically like I'll meet with you for an hour and we'll figure out how I'm going to get video from you, or I'll coach you on what you need to do and give you questions. Basically, you can answer and record in your own Zoom. And then we just break those up into 20 different clips and find those, like you said, mic drop moments.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of founders and CEOs and executives, they don't even realize the knowledge that they have. They just need to turn the camera on and answer some open-ended questions and then have someone listen to it and pick it out. And so
sometimes the biggest roadblock is like not knowing what the heck I'm going to do with this video. That's like what stops me sometimes, is like, I don't know how to edit it, and I mess up and I re-record 20 different times and I'm like, I'm just over it.
Exactly. And as someone who helps people with marketing, then I get to learn so much about them when they sit there and they answer those questions. So, you really are educating people around you and then also your audience. And it's just a great way to have an authentic persona as well. And Anupreet, you all are doing some really awesome things with like scaling video. And it's, I'm just interested to see how it all works on the back end, on the after party. But
not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed I'm not gonna be able to see it, because that's been like the biggest thing for me about video when it comes to prospecting is like it's not scalable, right? So this is huge, and I'm definitely gonna have to connect with you later.
Yeah, I'll send you a summary of that.
Definitely. I'd love to hear from people in the comments. So, have you all used video? Are you on TikTok? Okay, so that's a question. If you're on TikTok, put a 1 in the comments. If you have your TikTok URL, share it in the comments. I am on TikTok. I haven't been as active on TikTok. I had a few though where I got like leads from TikTok. I don't think those actually went anywhere, but I guess they could still if I did some follow up. But I'm curious to know what kind of video people are doing. So 1 for TikTok, 2 for no TikTok. Also, just let us know, how are you using video? Are you using it for sales? Are you using it for marketing?
Oh,
But
that's funny. Anupreet, it's banned in India, huh? I'm sure there are other countries too.
oh, I
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
realize that.
yeah, it got banned when there was whole, like countries coming together against China, and they wanted, to ban where you're giving a lot of information to China, and so in the process, they banned TikTok, and they never, removed that ban, and so it's still banned. So we use Instagram stories basically for all the TikTok related stuff. I think for us, Instagram stories are huge. So yeah.
Interesting. Got it. Okay. So yeah, people are plugging in the comments, TikTok or no TikTok. Are you on TikTok, Cindy?
Yes, I am. And we manage some TikTok accounts for clients. It's a little high maintenance, but I definitely think it's, it depends on your brand, but if you have the right brand, it's a great platform. And personally, I don't use it a lot. I do have an account, but I don't use it a lot. But we definitely, interestingly, some brands that you wouldn't think, like in the home improvement space, get a ton of engagement on TikTok. So I think it's, it's a good platform to test and see what works and what doesn't and what resonates, and who the audience is, back to, those personas of your customers, so.
One thing I will say about TikTok and LinkedIn, since we were talking a little bit earlier about LinkedIn, is a big no-no in my book is do not take a TikTok duet if you're like battling like your sales methodologies or something. You know how like sales coaches will duet each other. Don't put that on LinkedIn. Like keep that culture in TikTok because LinkedIn people don't get it.
Yes.
And, like,
that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, we got to get to the guru of the week.
So, stop singing it.
I don't even think we discussed one. And so I want to just ask both of you, like, if you had to pick someone that you think the audience should go follow, be it an up and comer or a big name, like who is someone they should all tag and spam and go follow and connect with? And I'll start with you, Cindy. Like, who is that person that you would suggest?
Okay, so there's so many, but we already talked about Heather Monahan and Melanie Borden, so we won't give them a shout out again, even though they're amazing. But I would say Joy McAdams, if you're not following her. She's a really dear friend also, but she's actually has an incredible story, and she's doing the Ironman in Kona, Hawaii, in October. And she was one of our TEDx speakers. I would encourage everybody to follow her and to watch her TED Talk. It's so incredibly inspirational. We had so many great TED speakers this year, and my 14-year-old son, and Joy is, I think, 47 and a mom of 5, and literally 13-time Ironman. So and she just started when she was 44, I think. So, and my son left and said, "Oh my gosh, Mom, her talk was amazing." And so you can hear a 14-year-old, it resonated and inspired a 14-year-old boy. So I thought, you know what, that says a lot, and just an incredible human being. So yes, I would give her a shout out, Joy McAdams.
That's awesome. And how about you, Anupreet? Who would you shout out? And as he's saying that, Cindy, would you be able to tag Joy McAdams in the comments here just so folks can find that particular person? Thanks, Anupreet. And then off to you.
I think there are, again, many, but I would like to give a shout out to Prakhar Jain. This guy actually, built Whatfix from the very scratch. He was the first marketer, and then the first SDR, then the first AE for the company. He transitioned roles because the company required him to, and then he's now the VP of sales there. He literally scaled it up to around $50-60 million, from India to US. So he's actually based in India. Most of his audience is in US. I hear they do $1 million deals from India to US all the time, and they're WalkMe competitors. They have a beast that they're competing against, and they're doing really, really well. They're probably the second largest in that category after WalkMe. So they've really, really, killed it. And I think Prakhar puts up some great content on LinkedIn. Has helped a lot of sellers, especially ones that come from India. And so I feel that I would love to give him a shout out, and appreciate everyone. Go follow him. I think it'll help you in your sales career. If you're a seller, you should definitely follow him and see how he's doing this. It's very fascinating.
Can you tag him in the comments so we know who to follow?
I'll do it right away.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We have some really amazing prizes to give away. 3 months of GAN AI. Like, I don't think anybody's ever given away a quarter of software licensing. So that's really awesome.
Yes, very excited. Let me pull this guru banner down because I think we're done with Guru of the Week. So definitely go follow them. And we do have prizes to give away. So right now we have 1 entry for hashtag marketing. So you got to, you got some good odds there. Hashtag email has 2 entries. Lavender has
What's going
4.
on, you guys? People don't like prizes?
I think it's trade show season. But Lavender has 4 entries, and remember, you have to be a non-user. So don't enter Lavender if you are a Lavender user, because you'll be disqualified. Hashtag cold call has 8. So a lot of people want that headset, and GAN AI has 4. So you have a few more seconds to enter to win. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we will give away the Lavender prize. So let's see who's gonna win Lavender. There's 4 here. It's gonna be Carrie, Chris. I see, was it Shubham Patel? Shubham, congratulations. You have won Lavender. And so we will send you a form, likely in the LinkedIn DM, since I see you're on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. And then we'll collect your email and connect you with Lavender via email, who will set you up. They will ask you to install it first, and then they'll go in and put you on the plan. So congratulations. And let's go in and see. We just have 1 winner or 1 entry still for hashtag marketing. So I'm going to go ahead and see who that person is. Hashtag marketing. Oh, I can't even draw because there's only 1.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know who you are, whoever put hashtag
Send
marketing.
us a message and we'll
Here.
sort it out.
I'll start sharing. Someone else can go just put hashtag marketing.
I'll do it.
And we'll look at hashtag email has 2. There's Chris and there's Brittany. Who is it going to be? Is it Chris or is it Brittany? It will be Brittany. Congratulations. I think we already have your email, because I believe you've won before, but I definitely have your email. So we'll connect you with Lydia, and also with, I'm thinking prize 2 was all those Task Minion. So congratulations to Brittany. So Task Minion is a VA service. That's who helps me here at Whiskey Wednesday. And then let's go ahead and give away hashtag marketing. Okay, we've got 2 entries now. So there was Lydia or Chris.
You win, Chris.
Chris, welcome to the Taking Up Space group sessions. Oh,
yay!
Rightfully win anyway. I will get you connected there. Thank you, Lydia. And yes, that is 4 days a week. So I know it's a commitment. So look forward to having you join the group. Hashtag cold call. Who's going to win that headset? We've got 8 names here. Chris? Maybe Carrie? Anupri? Brittany! You finally won the headset, Brittany.
There you go.
Yay. Winner, chicken dinner. Okay, congratulations, Brittany. And is that all? No, GAN AI. We have 5 entries on GAN AI. So this
I'm
also
going to steal that one.
Box license. So I know. Who is it going to be? For
I see
Brittany.
myself there. I hope I'm not winning.
Okay, we'll do a redraw if you win.
Yeah.
Love it. Chris,
Yes.
congratulations.
Aren't you
won
so
twice
glad I
tonight, too.
pressured you to show up? You see?
When you show up, you always have a chance to win. So
I love it.
yes, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Congratulations to all the winners. And of course, now is the after party. And as I get the link circulated on all the social channels, Cindy, let's start with you. Could you let our viewers know where they can learn more about you? And again, a little bit more about that freebie ebook, I believe it was, that you shared, and then where they can reach out to you.
Yeah, I think the best place to reach out to me is on LinkedIn. I think it has a lot of information, and you can DM me if you want any information. We talk a lot about TED Tips, like I said, because a lot of people want TED Talks. So feel free to reach out and ask me anything, and we can set up a time to chat or what have you. And then my website is ommedia.com, and there is a free ebook on there about 10 ways to generate leads, and it's still tried and true. It's been there for quite a few years, and it talks about public relations and blogging and all different ways to generate leads, really DIY. So really hopefully helpful information. LinkedIn is on there, and lots of tips and tricks. And yeah, so I think my website and LinkedIn are probably the best places. And then of course you can find me on Instagram as well, Cindy M. Metzler.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that. Oops, I think I put a wrong camera angle in there. And then Anupreet, same for you. Let the viewers know, where can they reach out to you?
Absolutely. I think I'm most active on LinkedIn again. So feel free to follow me. Feel free to add me on LinkedIn. Please, text me that you saw me here. I would, love to spend some time one-on-one if required to help you with anything related to sales or marketing that you might need help with. So, LinkedIn is the best place to follow me. I think I'm very boring on my Instagram and all the other places. So you may not want to follow me there, but you can find me with Anupreet S on Instagram. You can find me on Anupreet Lamba, Lamba, Anupreet Lamba on Twitter, and then I think you'll easily find my LinkedIn. So please follow me on LinkedIn, and I would love to stay connected with all of you.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for being here. It was really great having you on the show. I hope you enjoyed your time.
It was awesome. Thank you guys. It was wonderful. Yeah, what a great group.
Oh, thank you so
Have
much.
fun at the after party, but I'll catch you guys next week. And Brandy she's almost here, but she didn't make it. So
Oh, bummer.
we'll send some selfies.
We'll let her know that we'd like to see her if she's able to tune in on the Zoom. But yeah, I did put the Zoom link in here, and it's in the private chat, and we'd love to have the guests. But of course, I know it's 10 o'clock Eastern time. And what is it, 4 a.m. in India on Anupreet?
It's around 7:30 a.m.
Okay, 7:30. I'm off. Okay.
Not bad at all. It's the next day now.
Next day. Okay, wonderful. I love that. Well, I hope to be able to see all of you on the Zoom call. Thank you so much. And until next week, I'm going to go ahead and close us out.